Hey everyone, it's Byron again, here to testify for Jesus Christ. I'm going to go over a dream that I had today. It's July the 15th of 2015. It began, I was standing in a large field that was by a body of water. And as I was stood there, I could see a formation of military cargo type aircraft coming my way. I'm going to put a picture up here to show you the style formation they were flying in. It was more like geese, except not a real sharp V, like a flat V type. And as they got closer to me, they began to release military equipment. It was like a heavy drop operation. I've seen it many times in the military. Those things were parachuted down to the ground, and then people fell in on it. The picture I put up there is a little misleading. It shows personnel, but it was actually heavy drop, meaning equipment coming from the sky. And then I did not see people parachute, but they just fell in on the equipment. There on the field that I was in, a couple of things landed in the water. Um, I walked up to some of the people. They were U.S. soldiers. I walked up to them and I said, "What are you guys doing?" And the guy told me, "We are practicing for a 4th of July celebration in Washington, D.C." Now, the military does these things called show of force or capabilities exercises. CAPEX is what the military calls it. It was like they were practicing a CAPEX or a capabilities exercise to put on a show for the public. I left that field area and began to somehow drive. I don't know if I was in a vehicle or not. I was driving down the road, moving fairly quickly, and it was alongside some railroad tracks. I looked over on the railroad tracks and I saw military vehicles and military personnel on a train. I didn't really think that much about it until I passed a train in which there were Russian soldiers on the train and Russian military equipment. Continuing on, past another train of U.S. people. And I thought, well, I'm going to get off here and stop and wait and let the Russian train pass me, just so I'll know exactly what's happening. So a friend of mine got off. For some reason, we had um, weapons with us at the time that we exited the vehicle or whatever it was that was causing us to pass the trains. We laid down and I told him, I said, "Lay on your weapon so people won't know what you have." During the course of the time that we were anticipating these trains to pass us, the ones we had just seen, someone snatched my weapon. And then a train of U.S. people came by. And there was a building there that had U.S. soldiers in it. And then this guy walked back up to me with my weapon. He told me, "Hey, your weapon is broken." I had it wasn't a M203 grenade launcher that was on the weapon that I had, but something very similar to it. He had broken it, and then he was telling me that my weapon was no good. I got frustrated. I considered him a bad soldier, and I began to beat him. I tried to give him black eyes. That was my whole purpose. It wasn't to hurt him. I just wanted his eyes to be black. It was like I wanted to show his unit commander, "Hey, I just beat up this kid, and he's not a good soldier." And as I was trying to do that, I was grabbing his clothes and trying to hold him in position and all that stuff. It completely stripped the guy naked. I don't know why. And about the time that I hit him for the last time, his unit commander walked through. And I just stood there looking at his unit commander and said, "You got a bad soldier here." And his unit commander walked over to me and he began to say things to me like he knew me. He said, "Oh, yeah, I've heard about you." And he began to go into some military information about myself. I could tell that he had studied my file. It was like he planned to know something about me. But he didn't know some of the details that he should have known. He just knew a few details. And as I discussed things with this guy, I could tell he had made preparation to somehow meet me someday. And as I was standing there talking to this guy, I woke up. Now, I'm going to just leave this one comment about this video. First of all, I've seen Russian soldiers before, and this is the second time I've seen Russian military equipment on trains with Russian soldiers in the dream. Thank you.